Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Noelle and today we are going to take a look at the Huawei Band 4. So I've had this for almost 4 weeks now, and Huawei actually seeded it to me before they launched the device. It's out on market now, and if you actually take a look at their presence on Lazada, you'll be able to spot some Singles Day deals. I mean, I got this ad that says it retails for 1,890 pesos, or that's going to be the price for 11/11. So do check it out if you are interested in the band by the time you finish watching this review. So there have been a few iterations of the Huawei Band, because this is the 4th iteration, but also Huawei has been outputting a few other fitness smart bands previously. Like for instance, when I went on Google to search for Huawei Band 4, I kept stumbling into reviews and product specs for the Honor Band 4, which is a different line. And I actually received this Huawei Band 4 before it was officially released, so there wasn't really a lot of documentation on how to use this product. And since the box is super small, there is no user manual in this, so I had to rely on stuff from the Huawei website and also the PR toolkit that was sent to me with this. And for the purposes of this review, I am going to focus on just a few things because I've only been using this to track my running, my sleep, and my steps, and my heart rate, obviously. That's because I'm in the middle of a heavy run training block, because I'm training for the half marathon at the Standard Chartered Singapore Marathon, which is happening at the end of November. And so that's why all of the workouts that I'm going to reference are going to be with regard to running. So this watch is available in 3 colorways: the Graphite Black, Amber Sunrise, and Sakura Pink, which is what Huawei issued me. It's got it's almost a 1-inch display. It's actually in the papers it's a 0.96-inch display, and customizable with downloadable watch faces. One of the best features about this watch is that it's USB. So check it out. That is a USB port or USB plug. So you can just remove that little watch band, and then you can take anything like this, for instance, anything with a USB port, and you can just plug this right in, and it can go straight into a wall socket. It can also go straight into the USB port of your laptop, so it makes it much easier to charge almost anywhere on the go. So I've found that the watch life goes from about 4 to 5 days based on just one charge, which is great, and it charges completely within 1 hour of plugging it in, so it's really convenient, and there's no excuse for running out of battery anymore, because you can actually plug this in, and I've tried it already once on a road trip. You can plug this into a battery pack. Even if it does look like that, like you're exposing the entire charging filament to the elements once you remove the watch band, the Huawei Band 4 is actually rated at 5 atmosphere water resistance. So yeah, you can take it into the shower, you can kind of dunk it into some water. For instance, you jump into the pool and you forget that you're still wearing the watch, then it's not going to be any worse for wear. However, it doesn't track swimming, so there's no reason for you to wear it in the pool. Now this watch has 9 workout modes, so it can track outdoor running, outdoor walking, outdoor cycling, elliptical machine, indoor running, indoor walking, indoor cycling, the rowing machine, and free training. Now for the indoor treadmill, indoor running, indoor walking, it just basically tracks the number of steps you take, and it estimates your stride length and your cadence, and that's how it gets the distance. But you can also adjust the distance recorded at the end of every workout. For indoor cycling, it was only able to track heart rate, and calorie expenditure. No, you don't really input distance in indoor cycling, especially if you're just doing spinning. You don't really, a spinning class for instance, you don't really track the distance you've traveled. So yeah, it doesn't track distance with the indoor cycling. With the outdoor stuff, the running, the walking, and the cycling, I think if you're connected to your smartphone, then it could use connected GPS. Otherwise, it just basically estimates the distance again. But unlike the indoor stuff, like indoor running and indoor walking, where you can adjust the recorded distance at the end of the workout, with the outdoor stuff, you can't do that. So what it does is it records distance, speed, steps, heart rate, calories, stride, frequency, your cadence, the route if you're connected to your phone, which and then it uses the phone's GPS to plot where you are at certain points and more. At the very end of your workout or even during the workout, you can flip through the screens and see your metrics. And then it also displays what heart rate zone you're currently working at. And at the end of the workout, it displays how long you worked in each of the 5 heart rate training zones. So if you're working out according to heart rate zones, then it's really it's useful to see how compliant you were with the structure of your training program. Now it also has advanced heart rate and sleep monitoring. You do have to turn on all day heart rate for the sleep monitoring also to work. Because on the first day I got this, I didn't turn that on and I didn't turn on the sleep monitoring as well. And it only tracked my 8-hour sleep that night as a nap. So I guess I moved around too much during sleep. So for heart rate, they use a technology they call TrueScene. It's version 3.5. So it's high performance, high accuracy, and power efficient heart rate monitoring. It also has alerts for high heart rate, especially if you're just sitting down and suddenly you record a high heart rate, which is indicative of a cardiac ailment. Well, obviously I don't have that, so it never set off on me, but it's nice to know that they do have this feature in case you do need to seek medical assistance. Now, they also have True Sleep, so it monitors your sleep structure and quality to track sleeping habits and make recommendations to improve your sleep. If you will notice, on these last 7 days, I've been sleeping after midnight, and the app spits out recommendations telling me, hey, you need to sleep earlier, and if you want to be able to sleep better, like deeper sleep, then you can adjust your lifestyle, you can adjust the food that you eat, blah blah blah. So it's nice to have that. It's nice to have a mother watching out for you and trying to help you improve your quality of sleep. The Huawei Band 4 also has smart notifications, so as long as you're connected to your phone, your smartphone via Bluetooth, then you can flip through your messages. I'm actually swiping through now the screens on this watch. It also has a caller ID, so if you receive a phone call while you're working out and connected to your phone, then you can see if it's important enough to stop your workout for. 4 weeks before I received this watch, I had to give up my other fitness trackers because they broke down. And so for those 4 weeks, I basically had a naked wrist. I was able to wear my old watches. I did use a GPS watch that I've already previously owned to track all of my workouts. I used a heart rate monitor to track my heart rate during those workouts, but I didn't have the all-day heart rate monitoring, I didn't have the sleep tracking, I didn't have the steps tracking for those 4 weeks. So it was nice to come back to measuring things that I've been measuring for the past 3 years. And the Huawei Band 4 kind of, it satisfied a lot of the things that I wanted out of a fitness tracker. It satisfied the sleep tracking so that I could actually see that I wasn't sleeping enough, or even if I was sleeping enough, I wasn't getting enough quality sleep. When it came to tracking heart rate, it was pretty good. It was quite accurate. When it came to the steps, I did find that the Band 4 overstated the number of steps that I would take every day, and that's because I usually run with my phone, especially on the long runs. For safety, I want to keep my phone on me. And the thing is, the Huawei Health app actually combines the steps recorded by the watch and the steps recorded by your phone. So it could overstate things if you take your phone with you when you're running. Now, regarding Huawei Health, I've used many other health apps that have been linked to fitness trackers. So I'm not coming at this with a newbie perspective, but I'm somebody who has a point of comparison. And unfortunately, that's where Huawei needs to kind of step up and really get into the game, because the health app is not that user friendly. I tried to install it on a Samsung Android phone, and to install the Huawei Health app, you also need to install Huawei phone services, which I guess is kind of, I don't know what it is, why it needs to install that on an Android, because you can actually install the Huawei Health app directly on an iOS device and there's no problem, and you don't need to install a supplemental app. So I don't know why it needs a Huawei phone service secondary app in order to make the Huawei Health app work. Okay, so that was complaint number one. Why do I need to install another app on top of this app? And then I ran into an issue where I couldn't even install off Google Play, because on that service, Huawei phone services is shown as not available in the Philippines. So it was really strange. I got in touch with the PR guys for Huawei and they said, no, it should be available. And I don't know why they couldn't duplicate my issue, but in the end, I ended up sideloading it, which means that I downloaded an installer for Huawei phone services from a third-party website. Now, this is kind of risky because if you download from the wrong kind of website, you might be installing a virus or spyware onto your phone. So yeah, you have to be careful. I've sideloaded stuff previously, so I kind of know my way around it. But if you are coming into this wearing a fitness band for the first time, this is going to be pretty intimidating. So after I got the Huawei Health app to work, I was finally able to see the inner workings of the app, and it's pretty basic, especially if you're coming at this from seeing the other health apps available. I think the only one that looks even more basic is Google Health. So Huawei Health will show you metrics like sleep, heart rate, steps, your workouts. It also allows you to access your device panel, so you can see which devices you've synced to that particular phone. And then from this interface, you can also tap through and select the watch face that you want. Now, this feature of being able to select a watch face is only available on Huawei and Android devices. You can't do this if you install the Huawei Health app on an iOS device. So sorry, iPhone users, you'll be stuck with the basic screen. So it records the data and it spits it out just fine for you to look at. But if you try to get that information out towards other services, then it gets a little bit more dicey. For instance, I was able to connect Huawei Health with Google Health, and so Google Health gets the step count that I record via this Huawei Band through Huawei Health. So it's like Band to Huawei Health to Google Health. But the syncing of sleep data was a little bit more complicated. Sometimes the sleep data would sync over into Google Health, sometimes it wouldn't, so I'd end up inputting the sleep manually. But anyway, Google Health doesn't really track the exact sleep data anyway, just tracks number of hours you sleep, so you can always just add that in manually. But the syncing of the steps was the important thing for me for Google Health. Unfortunately, I haven't found a way to get the Huawei Health data to port over onto Strava. So if you're kind of recording your fitness activities, you're swimming, you're cycling, you're running, because you want to upload these onto Strava. Well, there is no easy way, or I don't think there is a way for that to get from here into Strava because Huawei Health doesn't allow it. That being said, it's a great fitness tracker, especially at that price, just under 2,000 pesos. So if you're looking for something to help you track your sleep, your heart rate, your steps, your activities, to give you that little push towards being more active, then the Huawei Band 4 is awesome. If you're a little bit more advanced and you want to use this in tandem with other fitness services you've already got going on, well, you've got to hope that someday Huawei will push out a software update that will help you do that. You don't need to port your information out to any other services if you're content with browsing it on your phone and using that information, using that advice to help you live a healthier lifestyle, then I would recommend the Huawei Band 4. Alright guys, that's it for now. If you enjoyed this video, if you found it informative, please do give it a thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't already. Do check out Huawei's 11/11 Singles Day sales and promos. You can check it out on the major shopping e-commerce platforms. You might be able to snatch one up for really cheap. And hopefully you'll have a great experience with the Huawei Band 4. If you already have one, please do let me know in the comments below what you think about it. If you've got any pieces of advice with, porting out your data elsewhere, etc., etc. I'd love to hear it. And hopefully, Huawei's foray into these smart trackers will continue, and they'll continue to improve not just the watch, which I think records such great data, but also the app. That's all the time we have for now. I'll see you again next time. Bye!